Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, and I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, what does Jessica think about How to Beast? Well, so I'm glad you asked. I actually stumbled across this channel today. It was, a suggested video in my homepage. And then I remember when I first started, somebody asking me about How to Beast. And if I didn't know them personally in the industry, normally I didn't know them because I'm not on YouTube looking for tips on how to talk to girls. But then I started YouTubing and I heard about this guy's channel. So when I came across it today, I was like, oh my God, I was about to watch a video, but then I was like, why don't I do a reaction video? So to make sure you never miss out on another opportunity to hear what I have to say about the guys giving you advice out there or another one of my videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button with that notification bell. Okay, so this one is called How to Approach Girls. I think it even says like, works every time, bro. I added the bro, hee hee. So, I already saw what this guy looks like. He's very objectively attractive. So I'm always very wary when I see really good looking men telling guys how to get girls. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I very much agree that it's easier when you are very good looking, when you're tall, when you're ripped, when you've got money. I'm not saying it's not easier. So again, when I see dudes that already look like this, like, hey bro, all you gotta do is listen to me, I'm like, oh God, here we go. This is where dumb shit comes from. So I'm already talking a lot of shit, but you know what? I do want to see what he has to say. He's got millions of followers, so he's got to be saying something right? All right, so let's get started on How to Beast's advice on how to approach women.
It's David here, and in this video, I'm gonna go out on the streets and approach some girls for you guys. Plus, I'm gonna give you my 3 best tips for programming your mind to be insanely confident so that when you see a girl that you want to approach, you do not hesitate. Let's get started.
Off the bat, I like it. I like talking about how to eliminate that hesitation. The time between I see a girl and I want to go talk to her. So already I'm very intrigued. I didn't realize that this was an in-field video. For those of you who aren't aware of that vocab term in the industry, in-field basically means like going out and about in the world, in the real world, to see how well you fare. So let's see how well he fares.
All right, I'm about to go hit the streets, but first, let me give you my first tip, and that is to warm up. The same way you want to warm up your muscles before you start lifting heavy weights, you want to warm up your social confidence muscles before you start talking to girls. So if you know that you're going somewhere where there's going to be girls who you're going to want to approach, whether that's a crowded public area or a bar, beforehand, you want to do a few things to get you outside of your comfort zone so that you feel loose when you get there.
Okay, I really like this warm up. Even with my own clients, I always tell them to get in the mindset of, okay, I'm going to go out there and I already have some good experience under my belt, which is why I came up with my pandemic practice states program, which I've been talking to you about in regards to getting your conversation muscles going, getting some good experience under your belt so that you feel that much more inclined to start talking and that much more comfortable around women once you do go out and about to go open your mouth.
So for example, give a few strangers a high five or a fist bump, or do something a little bit crazier and get down and do some push-ups in public, and that is going to get your mind right.
Okay, I actually really like this advice. One thing I always tell my clients to do when they do have really bad approach anxiety is to approach approachable people out and about, people that you're not attracted to. Again, it's this idea of working that conversation muscle, getting good experience under your belt. If you're out and about and you realize, wow, all right, talking to random strangers doesn't feel so bad. Look, they think I'm hilarious. Then guess what? You're gonna feel that much more warmed up, so to speak, when it comes to talking to women that you do find attractive. The whole do push-ups bit, I mean, this dude is clearly buff and beautiful. So he probably has no problem doing like some fucking push-ups in public. Then I'm gonna push up on some puss. Either way, I'm totally down for this first step. I really very much agree with this first step, and now I feel a little bad talking so much shit about him up front. I'm sorry.
That being said, let's head over to a crowded spot and I will do a few warm-up exercises on the way there. All right, we are at the location and I'm feeling loose, so let's get it started with the first approach.
Hi, this is extremely random, but I think you're super cute.
Thanks.
You're welcome. What's your name?
Gabby?
Gabby. Do you have a time to chat for a sec?
I have to go to office hours actually, so.
30 seconds.
Oh my god. First of all, I don't know if y'all, I mean, you are watching this video, I put it down below. I don't know if you saw him fucking square up to this chick. Any dude that tries to like square up to me in public, you're gonna get smacked, bro. And for him to be like, I just want you to know that you're super cute. I hate hearing that shit. I fucking hate hearing it. Anytime I do, I'm like, oh, great. Like, he's into me. He doesn't even fucking know me. Of course I'm cute. So while it's gonna work for him, he's a good-looking guy. Like, not only is he a good-looking guy, again, he's squared up to her. I can't tell you how many times like a guy has tried to talk to me and I was a little scared to be dismissive. In fact, it happened just the other day when some dude was like, his physical presence felt very menacing to me. So I felt like I had to, okay, Jessica, just say whatever you need to say. Do whatever you gotta do. Just, we don't wanna get murdered. So while I'm down with his whole let's warm up, I'm not really down with his approach right here. She even flat out said, sorry, I have to go. And he's like, 30 seconds. Do you know how long 30 seconds is? Some men aren't even in Pound Town longer than 30 seconds. All right, I'll stop talking shit. Let's go.
I have to like, and I feel like I have to have like elevator pictures. Did you have for Halloween last night?
No.
No?
No.
What? What was your excuse for that?
I'm pre-med, so I have a lot of work to do.
Okay, like labs all the time. Man, well, I'll let you go.
This is painful to watch. I'm gonna keep going.
But would you want to hang out sometime, maybe?
Maybe.
All right, let me get your phone number, Gabby, and we'll see. I'll
don't
shoot you a
even know
text.
you, though.
David.
She goes, I don't even know you though. Maybe. I don't even know you though. I will give any dude any fucking number I need to for you to get out of my face. Best believe, any guy who asks me for my number, I'll fucking give it. When you hit me up, I just block you. So I really hope none of you are going out there talking to girls like this. And if you want to know how to appropriately get the number so that she's eager to give it to you and that she doesn't ghost you or flake or block you like I would, check out my Speak to Spark Arousal program at speaktosparkarousal.com. I think it's like the 4th module where I go over the number sandwich, which is the tried and true method and sequence of what to say in order to get her number and then some.
David, in case you forgot already.
Okay.
All right. I love when the phone just like stops working.
Okay, let's see what happens next. I can't watch this anymore.
All right, so that first one was definitely pretty awkward, but I really tried to push the interaction and keep her talking just to show you guys that even if it is awkward, it's okay. You can still close the deal and get her phone number.
Okay, I really like that he admitted to how awkward it was. But the fact that he's saying that just so you could close the deal and get the number. Getting the number doesn't mean shit if she doesn't want to be giving you the number. So don't get it twisted. Just because you got the number doesn't mean anything. I'm sure nowadays, plenty of you guys on here are very well aware that getting her number guarantees nothing. However, practice makes perfect, so fine.
Also, normally I don't like to directly tell her that I think she's cute as like the first thing I say, but it is a good thing to do for your first approach to the day, because after you do that, then just going up and talking to a girl and making small talk seems super easy, let's keep the video going. The second main tip I have for you today is that rejection is good. And what I mean by that is you have to sort of look at rejection as a important confidence building tool. Like, most guys are so afraid of rejection that it keeps them from approaching and it prevents them from taking action. But if you make the mindset shift that it's actually a productive thing, because when you get rejected, you become more desensitized to rejection.
Okay, I really like what he says here because it's very true. A lot of you guys won't even go out and try talking to women because you're like, well, what if she doesn't like me? Here's the thing, you're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. And not every girl is going to be your cup of coffee. And the sooner you realize that it's not personal, that it happens to everyone, that you're not meant to connect with 99% of the women out there, the easier it will be for you to go out and keep approaching the women that you actually want. I always say this to my clients. You might see a hot girl and she might actually be a meth addict with 4 kids, with 4 different baby daddies, looking for somebody to support her meth habit and babies. I'll tell you right now, when I first started this channel, I stopped after a couple weeks just because of all the super negative things that people would say about me. But after a while, so many people were talking so much shit about me and saying things that just, one, weren't true about me. Like, look at this plastic idiot bitch. Or even, look at this idiot girl who's like a super fucking slut. What a slut. Bet her dad's ashamed of her. And I'm just like, that shit's like not true at all. Like, I'm the prudest motherfucker. I haven't gotten laid in God knows how long. And so like, I don't even know. Like, so the sooner I realized that, all right, this shit isn't about me. It's not about me. So then like the negativity just washed right off me. It's never fucking personal. Any woman rejecting you, it's never personal. And the sooner you get rejected and realize that, the sooner you can get out there and be more confident in approaching the women to see who's worth you. Because not all women are. All right, let's get back to the story.
When you get rejected, you become more desensitized to rejection. Then on one hand, you're gonna be more likely to approach. And on the other hand, when you get rejected, you're not even gonna care about it. So I hope that makes sense. By the way, if you're liking the video so far, make sure you click subscribe and turn notifications on because I release videos just like this every Monday and every Thursday, and you don't want to miss them. Time for our approach number 2.
Excuse me.
Okay, I'm just gonna say right now, out of all 3 that I've done so far, I did AMS, I did Alpha M. I probably really like this guy. He is, he seems the most connected in what makes sense for you guys getting better. Really, I'm pretty fucking impressed, and I feel bad because I talked the most shit about him starting off. All right, let's get back to it.
Do you know if there's a cool coffee shop around here, but like not Starbucks?
Yeah, there's actually.
Excuse me. Do you know if there's a cool coffee shop around here, but like not Starbucks?
Yeah, there's actually Cleveland. It's right across from.
Okay, first off, I have so many clients who they approach with like, do you know where the Starbucks is? Or even, do you know where I could get coffee? And I was like, where are men getting this? That like, where is the Starbucks is the best approach. I always say anytime you approach with any other intention but to talk to us, to get to know if we are worth your time, we're gonna pick up on that deception. So the second you be like, where's the coffee shop? Oh, the coffee shop's right there. Okay, I think you're cute. Then we're gonna be like, you fucking pussy. I know you didn't care about where the Starbucks was. I just watched you walk out of the Starbucks. So yeah, I'm wondering if he's doing this just for footage to use with you guys. He did mention that like, you know, the other one was super fucking awkward. I just wanted to keep her talking so that you guys get an idea. So let's see how the rest of this goes.
Okay, and they have like all the basic
Yeah.
espresso. I'm all about my espresso.
Yeah.
They got it?
Yep.
What's your favorite drink? Just to get a quick inside scoop.
I mean, honestly, I'm a Starbucks person. But like, I know
Basic.
Cleveland is good. I don't like, they have like good, like plain simple drinks.
Pavement?
Yeah.
Okay, so I get like a basic espresso.
Yeah, definitely.
One more thing.
Yeah.
She is just so clearly trying to walk away. Yeah, I appreciate him keeping her. Let's see what happens.
know this is forward, but I think you're super cute.
Oh! I know this is forward, but I think you're super cute. Did I not just fucking say? We know why you're trying to come to talk to us. So the second you try to deceive us by being like, I just want to know where that coffee shop is, we're going to be like, this dude ain't about it. He ain't got no balls. He's trying to pretend he wants to know where the coffee shop is. Girls, I think nowadays we women, we're just so much more perceptive in regards to knowing whether or not you're coming to talk to us or really ask for coffee. If you're coming to talk to us, I'll talk about this at the end, what you can do instead to approach up front without being deceptive. But let's see how this pans out.
What do you want to hang out sometime? Well, take it as a compliment.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Yeah.
All right, so there's two things that I want to say about that approach. The first one is that she gave the boyfriend excuse, and every time I get this in a video, I get a bunch of comments from guys who are like, bro, she's lying. She doesn't have a boyfriend. But here's the thing. If she uses that excuse, then either she does have a boyfriend and you should respect it, or she's not interested in you, and then you just need to let her go and move on with your life and accept the rejection.
Okay, I really like this guy. That's exactly what I would say. If she says, I have a boyfriend, so many guys are like, what do I do if she says she has a boyfriend? I even did a video on it. Right here? What do you mean? What do you say? Either you're going to be a respectable motherfucker who's like, all right, well, take care. You know, I don't need you. Or you're going to be like, no, well, how do I get her away from her boyfriend? And then you're not worth it, which is exactly what she probably used that excuse for anyway. I know plenty of girls who have boyfriends that definitely don't say they have boyfriends when they want to be talking to that guy. So again, I really like what he has to say here. I feel like all of his advice is extremely realistic, and it's universal to all guys. It's not just because he's good looking and gets away with shit. I really appreciate it. This is probably the best video I've done so far out of the three. Or this is the best advice I've seen so far out of the three.
Like I talked about in the previous point, it's actually a good thing. Now, the second thing I want to say is that I use that same line every time I get rejected, and it works like a charm because it prevents the interaction from getting awkward. And if you didn't catch what I said, all I said was, oh, no worries, just take it as a compliment. Anyway, let's keep this video going. The third tip that I have for you is to always assume attraction. And what I mean by that is when you approach a girl, you want to assume in your head that she likes you and she's gonna be attracted to you. Because most guys do the opposite of this, and they assume like they're not worthy of the girl.
Okay, I really like this, and this is actually his third tip. I will continue the rest of the video just to see what else or what other nuggets we can pull out of this. I really like assume attraction. One thing I tell my clients is go in thinking I can do no wrong. And this is kind of the same thing. When you assume that a girl is already attracted to you, what you do is you put yourself in the position, you put yourself in the power position of now assessing, well, all right, I know she's attracted to me, so is she worth my time? So I really like the assume attraction. I would advise against being like, yeah, she fucking wants me so I can like grab her butt. That is not, I don't think that's what he means here, but it is a good mentality to have to get yourself out of the proving myself worthy mode, which a lot of you guys, y'all put the pussy on the pedestal thinking that like, how do I show her that I deserve to be on the pedestal too? But you're already coming from a place of her looking down on you. When you do assume attraction, what you're doing is you're in a way subconsciously putting yourself on that pedestal, which is a way better spot to be in than her on the pedestal. So let's see what else he has to say, and then I will give you that too good approach for you to not be using when you're out and about in the field.
And then that comes through subconsciously in your words and your actions, and she picks up on that. But instead, if you tell yourself before the approach that she's going to be attracted to you, then you're gonna be more confident, she's gonna perceive you as more confident, and everything's just gonna go that much more smoothly. Anyway, it is time to do one final approach. Let's go get this approach.
Excuse me. I know this is completely random, but what were you for Halloween yesterday?
I was Kim Possible.
Kim Possible?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Did you do any other costumes this year or not?
Well, it's a really simple costume. It's just like a green shirt and jeans. So, like,
Okay.
I
You didn't put like super much effort into it?
No, I literally have the clothes already.
I got you.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll be honest with you. I stopped you because I thought you were super cute, and I was like,
Oh.
I couldn't think of
Okay, I appreciate this, and this is his best approach. He probably already knows it too. I wonder if he was strategic in that sense, where he says, okay, I'm going to be honest, I stopped you because. That I appreciate. In fact, now I think we can stop this right here. So yes, he came clean. Again, the approach is, what were you for Halloween? I gotta know. If somebody came up to me hard like that, mind you, I'm terrified of people. I'm an introvert. I fucking hate talking to people. And we're also in a pandemic now. I don't care how many restrictions are being lifted. Don't come at me like this, dude. Don't come anywhere near me asking about what I was for Halloween. However, he jumped right to it a little bit after small talk. I'm just going to be honest with you. I approached you because. So, I always say the best way to approach women, and I did tell you that I was going to tell you my best way, which I do go over in more extensive detail in my Speak to Spark Arousal program at speaktosparkarousal.com, which is my PRS plus Hey, which is a personal, relevant statement plus a how about you. If you don't know the formula, make sure you check it out at my Speak to Spark Arousal program in the first module, if you have it already especially. Because unless we trust you automatically, especially nowadays, and see you as a relatable human being, we're gonna feel very guarded. We're gonna have all our subconscious guards up, which are already there every time we leave our house. So again, that's why it's important to be personal. The reason you're gonna be relevant is because right here, right now, is the thing that's gonna always connect you and I. You and I. So it's your reason to be able to come talk to us. If you come up to me and you're like, what were you for Halloween? I'd be like, why the fuck is this dude trying to talk to me about shit that doesn't matter right now? However, if you came up to me on the street and were like, listen, I was just at that red light. I almost got hit. How about you? Do you almost get hit at that red light? Because I feel like it's pretty dangerous. I'd be like, oh my God, I was just about to... I almost got hit too. And then we can hold each other and it'd be really cute because we survived the red light. But either way, I really like these 3 tips. I really like him. I really like him a lot. It makes sense why he has millions of followers. There was no fluff. Everything was straight to the point. Everything from a therapist's and from a female's perspective, these are things that can only work well to your advantage. And if you do want that formula and want a better formula for getting her number, again, it's speaktosparkarousal.com. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.